about linear function. Many students say that linear function is a hard topic in math. But don't you know that linear function is as easy as 1 plus 1 equals 2 if you really understand it and focus in it. Many students says that it's not useful in our life, but don't you know that it can help us to grow a better person. They tell us that it's not helpful because when you buy Coke, would you say, hey, can I buy Coke, x squared, blah blah blah? Of course not. You won't say that. But if you expand your mind, you'll know that it's very important in our life. Students says that it's a boring subject. It's a very difficult subject. It's because that when your teacher is teaching, they're chit-chatting with their friends, they're talking with their seatmates, they're flirting with their crush, they're making gossips with their teachers, but that's not good. Me, I admit I do that. But before you do that, please know please know that you know the topic linear function before doing that. So here are my friend that will teach you the definition of linear function and how to rewrite the linear function into a standard form and Y form.
Linear function. An equation that can be written in the form ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, where a, b, and c are what we call constant. And this a, b, and c cannot be 0. At the highest degree of x should be 1. And this equation is called the linear equation or the standard form. We can rewrite this in the form of f of x is equals to m, which stands for slope, x plus b. This is called the linear function. Example, f of x is equals to 9x minus 5. This is a linear function. Why? Its degree is 1. Next, y is equals to 8x squared minus 5. Remember that f of x and y is the same. This is not a linear function. Why? Because, like I said, the highest degree of x must be 1. Another example, 9x plus 6y plus 3 is equals to 0. This is a linear function or a linear equation.
Writing ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 in the form y is equals to mx plus b or vice versa. In this case, negative 3x plus 6y is equal to 2. I will transform this in the form y is equal to mx plus b. To remain 6y, we have to place 3x on both sides. I will copy 6y. I will cancel 3x so that 6y will leave. 6y is equals to 3x plus 2. In order to remove 6, we have to divide this both by 6. 6 will be cancelled. Y is equals to 3 divided by 6 equals to 1 half x plus 2 divided by 6 is equals to 3. And that's the y form.
Wala na. Babe, stop mo na.
Tagal niyo. This form is in y form so that I will transform this in the standard form ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. In order to transform this in the standard form, I will multiply their LCD to 3. And their LCD is 3. In order to get their standard form, I will multiply 3 times y is equals to 3y equals to 3 times 2/3 is equals to 2x. And 3 times negative 5 is equals to negative 15. I will rewrite this in the form ax plus b1 plus c is equal to 0. So, 2x into negative 2x plus 3y plus 15, because negative 15 is equal to 0. It is said that negative 2x is not allowed, so that I will multiply this by negative 1. So that negative 2x equals to 2x minus 3x minus 15 is equal to 0. And this is the standard form.
Slope and intercepts. The slope of a line through 2 points, quantity of y sub 2, y sub 1, and quantity of x sub 2, x sub 1. To determine the slope given 2 points, here is the equation. M is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Here are some examples. Number 1, quantity of 3, 2, and 5, 8. 8 is y sub 2 and 2 is y sub 1. 5 is x sub 2, 3 is x sub 1. M is equal to y sub 2 is 8 minus y sub 1 is 2 all over x sub 2 is 5 minus x sub 1 is 3 equals 8 minus 2 is 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 is the slope. Number 2. Quantity of 7, 9 and negative 5, negative 5, 4. M is equal to y is 4 minus y is 9. Y sub 1 is 9 all over negative 5 is x sub 2 minus x sub 2 is 7. 4 minus 9, negative 5. Negative 5 minus 7 equals negative 12. Or 5 over 12 because they are both negative. Okay?
Graph of a linear function. We all know that the graph of a linear function is a straight line, where the value of x is called the domain, while the value of y is called the range. We can draw a graph of a linear function given any 2 points. Here is point A, where quantity 1, 5 and point B is quantity 2, 3. Let us first plot point A. 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us plug it here. The point B is 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is the point B. We have to connect these 2 points.
Here is the graph of point A and point B. We can graph a linear function in another way given x and y intersect. Let me give you an example. If the given is x-intercept, x equals 5. We all know if the only given is x, the y value is going to be 0. It will be x, 0. We have to plot this. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 0. It will look like this. Here is an example of the graph of the given x-intercept. Let me give you an example of the graph while y-intercept is given. If y is equals to 3, the value of x will become 0, 3. Let us plot this one. 0, 1, 2, 3. Here is an example of a graph if y-intercept is given. Another example that we can draw a graph of a linear function is given slope and 1 point. Let me give you an example. M is equals to 3 and the point is 1, 2. We all know that the slope is also known as m. 3 will become all over 1. It's because slope is rise all over run. We have to graph quantity 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. For us to know the slope, we have to use the rise all over run. The rise is 3. So 1, 2, 3. When the run is going to the right, 1. So here is the plot. We have to connect these two. Then we have to draw a broken line for us to know. So this is an example of a graph given slope and 1 point. Another example of a graph of a linear function is slope and y-intercept. Slope is equals to m equals negative 3 when the y-intercept is y equals to 2. As far as you know, if y-intercept is only given, it will become 0, 2. 0 because there is no value of x. So let us now plot quantity 0, 2. 0, 1, 2. The slope is negative 3. It will become negative 3 all over 1. Rise all over run. Please do remember that the slope is rise all over run. Now, negative 3, so it will be downward. 1, 2, 3. And the run is 1. So it will be here. The plot of the slope is in here. We have to connect these two. So here is the graph of an example of a slope and y-intercept. Please remember that if a graph is rising upward, it is positive, while it is downward, it is negative. In the linear function, f of x is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Or 0, y. Let us always remember to find y-intercept. let x is equal to 0. And to find x-intercept, let y is equal to 0. If the slope is positive, the graph of it is increasing. And if the slope is negative, the graph is decreasing. Let me give you an example. Y is equal to 4/7x minus 5. 4/7 is the slope, and negative 5 is the y-intercept. To find the x-intercept, let y in the linear function f of x is equal to mx plus b, where m stands for slope and b stands for y-intercept. To find y-intercept, let x is equal to 0. And to find x-intercept, let y is equal to 0. Let us always remember that if the slope is positive, the graph is increasing. And if the slope is negative, the graph is decreasing. Let me give you an example. Y is equal to 4/7x minus 5. The slope of this function is 4/7 and the y-intercept is negative 5. To find the x-intercept, let y is equal to 0. Let us move 4/7x to the right, so it will become negative 4/7x is equal to copy negative 5. In order to remain the x, let us divide this to negative 4/7 both sides. So cancel. So the remaining is x is equal to negative 5 over negative 4/7. X is equal to negative 5/1 times 7/-4. So x is equal to negative 35/-4. Since the numerator and the denominator is both negative, so this will become positive 35/4. Now, let me give you how to find the sum points of 4/7x minus 5. Let us use the y-intercept. 0, negative 5. Since our slope is 4/7, 4 is y and 7 is x. Negative 5 is the y, so I will add 4 and it will become negative 1, and 0 is the x, so I will add positive 7. So it will become 7. This is the another point, and it will continue. So, negative 1 plus 4 is equal to 3. And 7 plus 7 is equal to 40. This is the another point again. And let us find the third point. So 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. 14 plus 7 is equal to 21. So here are some points of the function 4/7x minus 5. Since the slope is positive, so the trend of the graph is increasing. because m is greater than 0.
Here's the example of this. 5, 10, and 6, 16. 5 is x sub 1, then 10 is y sub 1. 6 is x sub 2, then 16 is y sub 2. Then substitute. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over 6 minus 5 or x sub 1 times x minus y sub x sub 1 or 5. Y minus 10 is equal to 16 minus 10 is 6. Then 6 minus 5 is 1. Then copy this. Y minus 10 is equal to 6 divided by 1 is 6. Then x minus 5. Y minus 10 is equal to 6 times x is equal to 6x. 6 times 5, 6 times negative 5 is negative 30. To remove this, add 10 to both sides. Y minus 10 plus 10 equals 6x minus 30 plus 10.
F of x is equal to mx plus b, given x and y intercept, use the equation x over a plus y over b is equals to 1, where x-intercept is the a and y-intercept is the b. Example, a is equal to 15 and b is equals to 5. Substitute a by 15. So it will become x over 15 plus y over 5 equal to 1. Then multiply both sides by their LCD, which is 15. 15x over 15 is equals to x plus 15y over 5 is equals to 3y. 1 multiplied by 15 is equals to 15. To cancel x, add both sides by negative x. Cancel this. So it will become 3y equal to negative x plus 15. To get the value of y, divide both sides by 3. So it will become y is equal to negative 1 over 3x plus 5. This is the final answer. Determining f of x equals mx plus b given slope in 1 point. We have the equation y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. M stands for slope and x minus x sub 1 is the coordinate of the given point of the line. For example, m is equals to 6 and the 2 points are 4, 3. Y minus y sub 1 is equals to m times x minus x sub 1. To remove negative 3, we add 3 to both sides. Y minus 3 plus 3 is equals to 6x minus 24 plus 3. Cancel answer D. Y is equal to 6x. Negative 24 plus 3 is equals to negative 21. And this is the final answer. Y is equals to 6x minus 24.
To determine f of x is equals fx to given by slope and y-intercept. First, I write the given number. Negative 6x stands for the slope. And quantity 0, 11. 0 stands for x of 1. And 11 stands for y sub 1. I write the equation. Y minus y sub 1 is equals to m quantity x minus x sub 1. Use the substitution. Y minus y sub 1 is equals to 11 equals f is equals to negative 6 times x minus x sub 1 is equals to 0. Use the substitution. Y minus 11 equals negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Negative 6x times 0 is equals to 0. Y minus 11 plus 11, negative 6x. To remove this, add both sides by 11. Y minus 11 plus 11 equals negative 6x plus 11. Cancel the 11 plus 11. The answer is y equals negative 6x plus 11.
I'm here to show you an example from problem solving. Number 1. At skating rink, an ice skater paying initial amount of 1,000 pesos plus 200 for every hour of use. If an ice skater spends 6 hours in the rink, what would be the amount the skater paid? This is the equation from this problem. F of x is equals to 1,000 plus 200 times x. X is equals to the hour that skater spends in the rink. F of 6 is equals to 1,000 plus 200 times 6 because an ice skater spends 6 hours in the rink. 1,000 plus 200 times 6 is equals to 1,200. 1,000 plus 1,200 is equals to 2,200. This is the amount of the skater paid. Number 2. The cost of the lending alone in the hotel is 7,500 per day plus 100 pesos per hour if Miss was stayed in the hotel for 1 day and 7 hours. How much did she pay? Number 2. The cost of the renting a room in a hotel is 7,500 per day plus 100 per hour if Miss was stayed in the hotel for 1 day and 7 hours. How much did she pay? The equation for this problem is f of x is equals to 7,500 plus 200 times x X because listener was taking the hotel. F of x, f of 7 equals 7,500 plus 200 times 7. 7 because listener was stayed in the hotel for 1 day and 7 hours. 7,500 plus 200 times 7 is 1,400 equals 7,500 plus 1,400 is equals to 8,900. This is the amount that Miss Larvas paid.
Linear function. An equation that can be written in the form ax plus bx plus c, which is a, b, and c are what we call constants. Ano ba? Dali na! Kasi naman! Tulungan niyo naman yung... What's that?
Ginawa with S constants. Kaya tawa si Sai. To find f of x,
To determine f of x is equals mx plus b given by slope and y-intercept. Here is the... Ay!
Determining f of x is equal to mx plus b given any 2 points. To find f of x is equal to mx plus b given any 2 points, we can use the formula y minus y sub 1 is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x minus 2
Plus
plus na talaga.
Ano ba? Natatay na ako.
Ayan, sakay ko mapunta ka sa tayo.
Determining f of x equals mx plus b given any 2 points. To find f of x is equal to mx plus b given any 2 points, we can use the formula y minus y sub 2
Y sub 1!
last.
Don't lose.
귀요미 초코머핀 조각 시켜놓고 고소한 우유 한 잔을 기다려요. 오빠하고 나하고 꼭 마주 앉아서 서로 손바닥 위에 예쁜 낙서를 하죠. 한눈 팔지마 누가 뭐래도 내꺼 다른 여자랑 말도 섞지만 난 니꺼 새끼손가락 걸고 꼭 약속해줘요. 절대 나 혼자 내버려두지 않기로. 1더기는 귀요미 2더기는 귀요미 3더기 3은 귀요미 귀요미 4더기 4도 귀요미 5더기 5도 귀요미 6더기 6은 귀요미 난 귀요미. 한눈 팔지마 누가 뭐래도 내꺼 다른 여자랑 말도 섞지만 난 니꺼